Hello, welcome to ShotScope Academy. This will be a brief overview of the Academy coaching platform. As you can see in the center, there is an activity feed which shows all of my latest golfers' rounds. On the left-hand side, you can see the individuals that I've been connected with. I can also click a Teams tab, which will allow me to segment the golfers, depending on whether they are members at my golf club. They could be specific classes that I coach, and I can therefore use that later in player analysis just to view those golfers. On the right hand side, there's messages, so I can message back and forth with my golfers. I can comment on rounds that they've uploaded. I can comment on stats. If I've not spoken to them for a few months, I can check in on how they are. And bottom right is player analysis. Player analysis allows a coach to perform peer analysis and understand how a golfer compares to their peers. It's in a grid format. There are a number of stats that a golfer can view, which crosses all areas of the game. It can be sorted by clicking both high to low and low to high. There's the ability, as mentioned before, to use teams to segment the data to show specific golfers. And there's also the ability to use handicap benchmarking. So for the strokes gained element, you can look at how the golfers compare to a tour player, a scratch, a 5, a 10, a 15, a 20, and a 25. Back in the home screen, we have the capability to go into an individual golfer's performance. You can see with Jennifer here that I can look through all of her previous rounds. We can click back a year. You can see that how many she's played. I can click on a specific round and understand the on-course performance and the on-course statistics from that round. I also have the ability to use ShotScope's course analysis, which allows me to look at how Jennifer plays one course. In this instance, she's played 13 times, and how her performance is ranked on a hole-by-hole basis. I can, of course, check how she plays that course in a macro environment with the general stats. But in this instance, we can use course analysis to determine that the sixth hole is ranked hardest for her in stroke average and hardest in strokes gained. We can click on that hole to see the specific stats breakdown for that hole. And I can also use shot plotted to understand and get a visual representation of all the shots she's hit on that specific hole. In this instance, you can see all of the finished positions of the tee shots. You can see which clubs were used. You can see the resulting score made from that tee shot. And I can click on each one to understand a little bit more, as in the shot distance and what was remaining. And again, compared to strokes gained, an understanding of how her performance was. And of course, I can use benchmarking to filter. I can also do the same for approach shots and understand what approach shots were like. This is especially useful for par 3s. Again, Shots Plotted provides a tool for a golf instructor to provide course strategy sessions. I also have the capability to click into her full performance account and understand her club distances, the averages, the longest, her general tee shots position using the grid system, the fairway success by club. I can look in approaches, short game, putting, and I can always use either traditional stats or strokes gained. And I have full capability to, again, benchmark against handicaps to understand what her next target should be. Lastly, we have the scoring tab, which will provide front nine versus back nine analysis, an overall game analysis of strokes gained, or an overview of her performance to par. We are constantly building features for Academy. It is free for golf instructors to use, and we Look forward to connecting with you. If you would like to find out more, please contact sales@shotscope.com and one of our team would be delighted to show you an in-person demonstration.